Good evening. It's Cindy Fodor here with Stamp the Love, and it's Make It Monday. And I have some great projects to show you tonight. So I'm very excited to get started. Let me just make sure that we are streaming here okay. And it looks like we are. So pop on and say hello and let me know that you're here. I'm going to be giving away one of the cards that I make tonight, so make sure you comment and let me know that you're here. First of all, oh, I forgot to grab my, hold on. We get a countdown tonight. We are under 16,000, guys, for our $1 million countdown. It is so exciting. So this is number 16, and metallic baker's twine and sequins. Let me see where they are. I forgot to grab those. Okay, these are so cool. I don't even have the winner to announce because I forgot to check on that, but I'll post that in the comments tonight as soon as I get off of here. So it will go to somebody who's placed an order in the past part of this month. So yeah, these are from a celebration a little while ago, and they are just beautiful. It is like a turquoise and a yellow with metallic flecks through the baker's twine, and then really pretty. So this will go really cool with our new Tahitian tide, and probably Daffodil Delight. So I will, don't forget to check back and see who won that. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Karen. Hi, Karen. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Linda. Welcome, guys. So glad that you're here and joining me. I'm just curious as to how many of you got my sort of last minute email I decided to send out tonight. You had difficulty finding me, Linda. Sorry about that. Hopefully you know where to look now. But anyways, I decided to try something new quickly this evening, and I sent an email out to everybody that's on my email list, like demonstrators, customers, because I'm so excited. I've had so many people, oh good. I've had so many people say, I have a Stamparatus, but I'm not sure what to do with it. So I'm only showing 3 ideas tonight, but I will do more, and I will add that to a, some tutorials for you. Okay. So before I get started on those, I have a couple other things to tell you. So I did the drawing from last week's for all the comments that you guys did. Hi, Sandra. Oh, good. You got your emails up. Awesome. So I did the drawing from last week, and I said that I would send you the projects from the class this month. And Kay Wirrer, I hope I'm saying that right, Kay, you won that. So I will get that in the mail to you shortly. And I think I have your email from the last time. Hopefully I don't pass out on you tonight. I had some minor surgery today. They took this spot off of my face, and they took a mole off my back. And fortunately, Tylenol has been holding me pretty good. I got a nap this afternoon, so should be good to go. I'm so excited. It's really pumping me up. All right, so another reminder. Let's see. I'm very scattered. I'm so excited. We did the countdown. I did last week's drawing. Okay, so I do want to remind you, Karen already took advantage of this, but you know, this month they're doing a special join kit, and it's the in colors. So all of the beautiful in colors and the designer papers and all of the ink pads are free when you join this month. Okay, as a demonstrator, you can get a discount. You can stay as long as you want. It's just a great way to get some extra free stuff. And, you know, the kit is a great deal anyways. And then they add all of this to it. So the kit is $99 and the shipping is free. Just remember that. That saves you a ton right there. All you pay is tax on that $99. And you get to pick $125 worth of product besides all of this that I just showed you. This is all free. So $125 worth of product for $99. Yes, Sandra, it is an awesome deal. So don't forget, let me know if you have questions about that or how to join. There will be a link in my email above in the in the email description, not the email, in the post description. There will be a link for you to join. I don't have that there yet, but there's a place for it. I just didn't have time to get that done. So, are you ready to see some ideas on the Stamparatus? Let me flip over here to the other screen and we will get started. If you have any questions while I'm going, please let me know. This is live, so I can try to keep an eye out for any questions you might have. I'm going to start with the one that you recently asked for, and that is, let me find the right one here. That is how to do a wreath. Okay, I'm going to show you the original card that I showed, and I think Ellen was asking for this. So I don't have the exact stamps. This is using the Sending stamp set, which Barbara, I borrowed hers to do this. So I don't have that here. So I chose another one. That way you'll have a couple different ideas to use. Okay, so I'm going to show you this brand new set that I just got, the Wisteria Wishes, and I decided to use this little leaf because I do love making a wreath with a leaf because it actually looks like a wreath. However, you can do many different things to make a wreath with a shape. So I haven't done too much with this set, but I do want to show you this fun card. So let me just show you how I set it up. So first of all, I made this sheet. This is one of the grid papers that comes with the Stamparatus. And if you take our square dies, this works the best. So I think I took our square dies and I traced the edges of it. However, you don't need that. If you just look here, I have, this one is 3 inches. Let me grab my paper. Uh-oh. Where's my paper? So I made a 3-inch piece of paper, and that's the size I'm going to use. So if you look at this, there's 1 inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch. So just make your 3-inch block with using those 1-inch grids, okay? And then you can just come in if you want smaller or larger. And then cut that piece of paper, and then you're just going to turn it sideways and make sure that it's centered on the lines here, okay? Make sure the points are on there, and then trace that. If you do this, and then I laminated this so that because I was doing this and then I'd stamp on it and mess it up, and then I'd have to do the lines again. So it works if you laminate this, and then you can just wipe it off when you get ink on it. Okay, so we're going to start with that. And what I did was I took this leaf stamp and I just laid it. I started here. I'll go ahead and show you what I did to start it. Let me put this in. So I just chose an angle that I thought I wanted the wreath to go pretty much around the perimeter of my square. And I angled it a little bit so that the stem was in a little further than the leaf, and about in the center, because I can see where my center is with the point here. Okay, so I set it there. Make sure that my paper's lined up pretty good. You can see it's not exact. My lines aren't perfect. And then I will pick that up. Okay, so now we're ready to stamp. And since this is photopolymer and we're going to just be moving this, I'm going to just take my magnets off just to get them out of the way so they're not holding us up. And of course I forgot to bring I need to keep one of those in here. I have 2. Okay. I need green to start with, and I have the green. I'm using the new Parakeet Party for the leaf, and those of you that watch this typically know that I like to use the little spots, but I haven't made the little ink spots for my new ink colors yet because I forgot to purchase the refills. I don't know why. So I'm going to stamp it, lift it, and then I'm going to turn it. I'm going to turn it clockwise because just pick a direction and remember that's the direction you're going, because you're going to forget where you stamped and where you didn't. Now you can see I'm lined up as a diamond. Okay, so we're going to follow all of these corners the whole way around. You're going to do this 8 times. And then we'll come back to this one again. And then we'll go diagonal again, or whatever you call that. I think I have the stamp a little closer to the center than I did on my other one, so you'll see the difference in how it ends up. So I'm still going clockwise, getting all of the corners. I just sort of keep my eye on one corner as I go. And I'm always pushing this up into the corner. Your magnets would hold that in place if you leave them on, and it would be fine if I just stick one out here. Photopolymer, as you can see, is really thin, and the magnet is a little thicker, or maybe about the same. So if I use a magnet when I'm using photopolymer, I make sure that it's pretty far away from where I'm stamping, so that it doesn't keep this up off of the stamping surface. Okay, last one. There we go. We created our complete wreath. How easy is that? Okay, who is ready to see what we'll finish, how we finish this up? So I said I was using this stamp set, so I'm going to go ahead and use that for the saying as well. And I was thinking, I think I might want to change. I want to do a different one than the one I already did. Let's see. This one says, to a friend who's all kinds of wonderful. I'm going to switch that out with, I'll show you both of them, okay, when we're finished. And I'm going to use the new Orchid Oasis, because it is really, really pretty with this green. It's almost like our old Wisteria Wonder, if anybody remembers that color. So I want to have this nice and straight. To a friend who's all kinds of wonderful. And I'm going to scoot this aside for a minute. And I'm going to pull in the cardstock that I'm going to use is also Parakeet Party. And I also wanted to use some of this new shimmer in color paper. So it's ombre. And I just cut a 3/4 inch piece off of that. It comes in all of the in colors. And I was just so anxious to use it, and I had to try it with this. Now, I'm going to be putting this here, and this is going to go directly here. This is a really simple card, and I wanted to use the hanging wisteria, but I don't want it to take away from the focal point. So yeah, Debbie, I can't eyeball. If I ever tried to eyeball a wreath, I cannot do it. I just can't do it. So, okay, so I just want a little bit of the greenery here, and I really don't want this little stem right here because it might get in my way. So I'm just gonna move this white piece out of the way so that it's just coming down from the white piece. I want it mostly to hide under that. Guess I'm going to have to bring that down a little further than I planned to. Okay, now I want to take this. Okay, I'm going to show you. I apologize. My computer is making a lot of noise, and I know it needs to be returned. So this is the piece that you would use to stamp on all the little stems that come off of this. But it's too much for on this colored card. So what I'm doing is this is the second part of that, and that just makes it look a little brighter. And I thought I had a sample that I did with that. Oh, where is it? Shoot. Must not have brought it out here. But I did stamp those, and I added this to it, and it gives it a really cool second look. But for this, I just want to add a little bit of the dots. Okay, you see how they pop out there? They just look really cool. And I don't need a lot. Okay, that's all I want. And let me just pop this on. I don't want to take too much time decorating a card because I really want to get to all of the ideas with the Stamparatus. So I'm just going to pop this on here and close my mouth and stop talking. And I just want an even amount up here at the top, like so. And that is it. And here's the other one, the first one that I did. Faith is about trusting is the other saying from the set. Okay, so that's a wreath making, and then this was the first sample that we had showed before with the Sending Smile stamp set. All right, let me get rid of this ink pad and we'll switch up and go to another one. Okay. The next one I'm going to show you is something that I just showed a video. Linda, you're funny. I showed a video or shared a video from Stampin' Up! With my team, and I just got this new product. It is our Stampin' Up! Masking paper. And so it's a sheet like this, and it's real thin, and it has a peel-off backing, and it's just light stickiness paper. It's so fun. So I just took this and I cut it in 1/2 inch strips. I did two different ways. So I'm going to tell you one, I'm going to show you the other, because I don't want to make it confusing, and I want to try to get through this quickly for you. Okay, so what I did was I pulled out this stamp that is new to me. I don't think I had touched it yet. It's the Daisy stamp set, Daisy Garden. And I'm so excited that it carried over because I had just gotten it. Pull this over here. So these 1/2 inch pieces, well, that one's not a 1/2 inch piece, but that's okay because I don't need that one. What I'm going to do is I cut my paper at 5 by 7 because this is so big, and I don't like to put this near the edge because I think it's too difficult to get a good inking if your stamp is too close to the edge of your what is this called, a hinge. There we go. Okay, got some fuzz on there, I think. So I'm going to ink with this Luscious Lime, I want to call it Parakeet Party. I'm going to go ahead and ink with that, and then I'm coming in with a color that will go with that, with a darker color for my second one. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the whole thing with this. And I have my paper pushed in the corner there so that if I would make a mistake or miss anything, I can go back and it's gonna be lined up perfectly. That's the purpose of Stamparatus, is so that if you mess up, like it looks like it didn't ink very good there, so I can give a little press. Okay, now I'm not going to take any ink off because I'm coming in with a darker color, but I'm going to peel off the backing. I should have probably started these before I got on the video because it's always fun to get that started. And whatever the sticky piece is the one that you'll keep. And I'm just going to place that, 3 of them, strategically. I'm trying to keep them as straight as I can. And they're basically just sticking to the lid or the cover of the Stamparatus because they don't stick to rubber. Okay, so if you try, they don't stick good to rubber, at least not inky rubber. It's got to be very, very dry and clean if you want it to stick. Okay, coming in. My fingernails are horrible, so they're not working very well. You just fiddle till you... There is a joint in the paper. Of course, it's only one the whole way down, so if you're going the other direction, you're good to go. But this direction, I needed it really long to cover this whole stamp. The stamp that they did was one of the new sayings, and it's a large saying, and it's really cute, but I didn't have that, so I had to go with something that I had. Just like you have to go with something that you have when you try to do this, right? Okay, let's do one more. And then the pain of watching me do this will be over. Oh, goodness. I'm sorry, I really should have. Okay, there we go. It's like tearing tape. Okay, so I just want to close this one, finish with that. And I'm going to use shaded spruce. I actually tried using, I think Starry Sky is my second color, and it actually just looked like a dark green. So I thought, well, it's silly to use that. I might as well use a dark green. And I think shaded spruce goes really nicely with Parakeet Party. So that's what I did. And it holds pretty well as long as you've got a good hold on the lid or the cover. I don't know what you call that thing. The acrylic part. And I'm also just really trying to get in here because anytime you mask something where the ink touches down, it's always going to be lifted up a little bit. So I'm bringing in the edge of the stamp along the edge of this tape or post-it type stuff. Okay, now don't stamp yet. You got to remove this because that will make a big mess. I'm going to take those off. Plate. Okay, plate. Thanks, Karen. The clear plate. All right, now you can see where my ink is and where the masking tape kept it from touching down. And we'll make sure this is up in the corner and press that down good. Just going to walk around here and make sure I got everything. Ta-da! How cool is that? Let's make sure we got this all inked up. Okay, so I just want to show you how I took that and turned it into a card. You're going to need your trimmer. And I wanted a piece that was a little less than 4. So I eyeballed it on here. And I thought, okay, if I put this to the edge, it goes a little past 4. So I just put my design a little bit over where the cutting line is. And cut that. And then turned it around. And then I cut it at the length that I wanted, which is 3 7/8. And then I want the other edge or the other size to be 5 1/8. So I'm going to keep most of the design on the top here. And then we'll cut the bottom off at 5 1/8. Okay, so there's our piece all cut down. Because I want to back this with a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of shaded spruce, and then on my Parakeet Party paper. Okay, and the finished project is this. Then I just took a 3/4 inch piece here, stamped the saying from, let's see, is this the one I used? Threw It Together. Has some great words in it. Praying for blankets of healing around you and yours. And then I used some of the new Parakeet Party shimmery ribbon and tied around that. Okay, and then another one that I did that I'm just going to briefly explain how I did this. Where did I lay the Stamparatus here? This one was a little trickier, and maybe I should have shown this one, but you tell me what you think of it. So when I did this one, I wanted 2 distinctly different colors. So, hey Donna, welcome. I wanted 2 distinctly different colors, so I couldn't put the blue over the yellow because I would have gotten a green. So what I did was I taped up, I used a lot more pieces of this tape, and I taped up the whole thing, okay? One, and then another one, and then so on. I did it the whole way across till everything was covered. And then I removed every other one, and I just carefully placed it on my silicone mat in order so that I knew exactly the size it was going to fill back in that space. Okay, so I took every other one off, so I would have taken this one off, and I laid it on my silicone mat in the order that it came off. Just move that aside, and then when I had the other, it was about three or four pieces that were still on, I inked it in yellow, and I removed those pieces and stamped it. Hope that's making sense. And then when it came back, I could see where the yellow was, okay? And I just took these pieces and covered the yellow. I didn't clean it, I just covered the yellow. I brought them all back over and put them in the space where they were supposed to go. And then I cleaned off in between and did blue, okay? So, well, actually, I didn't clean off because when I took these off, they were clean. How was that now? Yeah. Yeah, where I had taken these off, they were clean after I inked the yellow. So everything was clean. I didn't have to clean anything in between because I covered it all. If you guys like this idea, I will be happy to do a video of that. And then I wanted to use the ribbon, and I thought, you know, I sort of like not showing where it's changing. So I just put some tear and tape across the top and across the bottom and just stuck the ribbon here and then pulled it down and tucked it under here so that you wouldn't see where the joints were. And it's really pretty firm. I pulled it really tight because the tear and tape left me do that. And for the little daisy, I just used our regular vellum and our small daisy punch that's still in the catalog. And I punched out two at the same time, 2 pieces of vellum. And I just took my daffodil blend and colored on the back of it and then glued the 2 pieces together, offsetting them. And just where they joined gave that darker center. And I just love how just subtle that is. So. Okay, so that's the second tip, and my third tip is, let me get to that one. Get rid of a few things here. Okay, so I posted, let's see, I'm trying to think, I think it was for my team. Oh, I have to grab my Stamparatus here. I was playing with this cute Wild and Sweet set. Well, we used the koala for class. So if you saw my video last Monday, we used this one. And then at class, I was playing with this. I had seen a video. Hi, Carol. I had seen a video, just popped up in my feed. This girl was coloring this raccoon, and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to try that. So I have it set up here on my plate. And I'm just using a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of paper, and I set him up right down here in the corner. Don't mind my words, we're going to use them later. And I want to just make sure I'm in the screen here for you. And we're going to use markers, and the Stamparatus is going to be such a great tool for this. I'm only using 3 colors. I'm using Smoky Slate, Basic Black, and Old Olive. So I'm using the brush tip, and I'm going to just color him lightly. I'm not worrying too much about where my ink is going because I'm using a Stamparatus. So if I miss something, it will come back to me later, okay? And I'm not going the whole way down because it's grass down below. So I'm going to come in with my Old Olive because I'm not worried about those colors mixing. So if I touch the gray, it's not going to hurt the Old Olive because the gray is lighter. And I'm going to fill in the grass. I hope that the lighting is okay for you guys. I turn the light down on my computer and then I question whether it's bright enough. So I apologize for that. I think it's okay. And I'm just trying to do this at an angle because the grasses are sort of coming up over his body. And I can't really see exactly where they are. So I'm not going to worry too much. I just don't want it to come across like this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stamp that so that I can see. This will help me to see where everything is. So now I can see everything on his body. I can see where his eyes are and where his little mask will be, where his nose is. So now it's easier for me to come over here. I'm going to bring back my gray marker and I'm going to color in some more. I want a lot more color on his body. So I'm just going to go ahead and color him again. And then I'm also going to come in, now that I know exactly where everything is, because I can look right here and see. I'm going to come in with my black marker and I'm going to get his nose and his eyes. Everything below this little crease here is his eyes and his little mask, and then we'll add some black to his ears here. And let's go ahead, let's do his tail. Now I know that his tail is right here, so I can just come across here and fill in his tail. And we'll go ahead and stamp that again. How cool is that? Uh-oh, I lost my screen. Isn't he adorable? He just turns into this adorable. So I want to add a little bit more color here, a little bit more shading, coming in with my smoky slate again. I'm going to add some there, add a little bit more here below his face, and stamp that again. And voila, he's finished. He is just, I just fell in love when he popped out there. When I added that black, actually I'm going to put a little bit more on his tail. I see that right in here, his tail's still coming down there into the green, and I might just add a touch more green in here where I missed. There we go. Okay, now I'm just going to flip this around and I'm going to ink my sayings here, and they're just going to stamp along the side, and I'm going to add some ribbon to that. Let's see, I'm going to use black for that, I think. And I know that, well, if you use Memento, sometimes you're like, I wish it was blacker. Well, this is where you get it as black as you want it by using the Stamparatus, because you can put several layers on, and when it's lined up straight, and I'm hoping that I did line that up before I stamped it the other time. I'm not sure if that I did, but we'll see. Yep, it wasn't, so I messed it up. But if you always push it in the corner, like I tell you guys, it'll always line up, but I forgot to do that the previous time. That doesn't look awful, but it's not. What I wanted to show you was how it makes it look so black when you have it perfectly lined up. All right, so I'm going to let that dry for a second as I grab my other pieces here. I added some of our green ribbon to this as well. And let's see. We're going to back that with some Old Olive cardstock because we used Old Olive for his body, or for his grass here. And I did bring an old 16th inch punch, and I'm just gonna try to come in here the same level and punch that. That looks pretty good. It's a little bit small to try to get this ribbon through, but if you're tenacious, it will work. Hi, Julie. Thanks, guys. I'm really happy that you're enjoying these projects. And Barbara Brocker, I know you were here on Thursday or Friday. I forget which day you came. I think you came Friday to work, and I forgot to give you the card that you won last time. And I wondered if you saw that you won the drawing the card before last week. So I'm just going to put some Seal Plus here just to hold that down on the back and tuck that down. And that way I just added a little bit of ribbon to the edge of my card. And it's still very masculine because I didn't have to tie a bow. So hopefully you like that idea. Okay? So thanks, Karen. I'm glad that you like these. And I'm going to come up with a few more things that I've used the Stamparatus for on another one. And I will let you know when that's coming up. So thanks for joining. Make sure you share this with your friends and let me know that you shared, because you know you get an extra ticket in the drawing for sharing. And I will be sending you at least 1 or 2 of these cards, okay? So I made a ton of these already. I made some to give away for a birthday for some twins, cousins of Joel's. My grandson, I needed a birthday card, and I was like, he will love this little raccoon guy. So anyways, I've given away all of my cards so far. All right. Thanks so much for joining me. Really appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful week. God bless.